Hi.
Welcome to Facebook Live with Josh and Christy on how to be the same page as parents in our kitchen.
This is like a really hot topic.
Would you scoot over a little bit?
Okay.
There we go. Now
in
I
this
think
job
you're better looking than I am.
household. Oh, stop. Thank you. I showered today. And I got dressed in my one of 4 nice outfits that I own that actually fit me.
We're going minimal.
A little bit. But I think that's just because...
You're a mom.
Yeah. I don't really have much between sweatpants and date night clothes. So
this is your one of 3 outfits.
That's so true.
We're going to talk.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. I have to start recycling them.
I released a blog today. Yeah. I released a blog today. 3 differences between quote unquote good parenting and not that we're good parents by any stretch of the imagination.
We're totally average.
But that's arguable. That's even arguable. Yeah. And between good parenting and helicopter parenting. But part of the conversation we want to have is about how we can be on the same page as parents. Because, and I'm going to start with this. So I called Christy the other day, and I was working, and I called to check in to see how she was doing. And on the receiving end of the phone, I hear Christy. She must have just been in the moment with our son because she was just.
I was.
She was. You're checking in on the day, and all of a sudden, I just pick up the phone and I call her, and I'm expecting, hey, honey, how's the day? It's so good. Everything's awesome. The stars are shining bright in the sky tonight. The moon's gonna be great. We're just hunky dory.
Puppies and kittens.
Puppies and kittens. Everything's great. And we're in boot camp.
Yep.
And so
I think we had a child screaming in timeout at the time.
I think so.
Just so to put this in context.
So I hear, and I think this is what we narrowed this down to. So we have this conversation on the telephone about...
It was actually a very good conversation by the end of it.
Yeah, it had its moments. If you're a parent, you understand, and you're married, and you understand, you have your moments. And
it was a bit prickly.
And so what we did was what we realized through it was she was, when I picked up the phone and I got her, she was very strong. Boot camp, all truth. I'm laying down the law in this house. And me, the emotional safety guy, goes, whoa, wait a second. Okay, you're all this truth right now.
Right.
What about a little bit of grace here?
Okay, but see, this is exactly the point. So all I hear in that statement is you defending the kids and their behavior, and you digging in your heels on your whole grace side, which just makes me even more upset because my point was that we needed boot camp for these kids because they had gotten out of control.
Yeah.
Behaviorally.
But what we realized was, and I think I realized this as we were on the phone and we had this conversation together, was Christy is not, she's not as much all truth and laying down the law as,
no.
And I think this is the point today. This is our point to everybody as you are thinking, as you're parenting on the same page and that kind of thing. This is the big takeaway that we took away from this conversation this week was Christy's not as all disciplinarian and authoritarian and coming down hard on them as I perceived her to be in that moment, because in the moment I caught her. And I'm not as all grace as...
Right. And I think this, yes, totally. And I think this is where
Can I hear you say that?
You are not as all grace. You give them a lot of grace. But I think we tend
It's about understanding where they're coming from.
I know, but at the time, I'm just angry and wanting them to obey right now. And let's be real. I am the one here with them suffering the consequences of said lack of discipline all day long.
Very true.
You suffer consequences between 5:30 and 7:30.
I get them at the fun time of the day.
Yeah, you totally get the fun part. And I suffer through the hard part. So my point is, I feel like we play roles. I feel like it's like a teeter-totter. Do you know what I mean? So you go up, and I feel like I have to come down on them to be the counterbalance. in the family.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we've realized is even when we're having these conversations is we tend to get defensive from one extreme to another, and then we end up parenting out of that extreme. And I think what's important is that we realize we're not as, and maybe you are parenting your children at that extreme. I don't know, but like, typically I don't think your spouse is going to be as extreme as you might think or you might perceive.
Totally.
And so it's important that we have these conversations, especially being on a united front at the very beginning, because if we're not, our kids will exploit that. And they will smell that out.
Oh my goodness.
And so I think
I want daddy.
Of
course you do.
Give your spouse the benefit of the doubt in these conversations.
Yeah.
But have the conversations. Yeah. We need to have the conversation. If you're not having the conversations.
Well, because I needed you to know where I was coming from, and you were getting defensive because you thought I was attacking you. And that was never my intention.
And that's how I perceived it. Yeah.
Exactly. I wasn't.
Because I heard we're in boot camp today, and what I heard or how I perceived it was
that it was your fault.
It's my fault that we're in boot camp. It's my fault because I'm too lenient at times or that kind of thing.
And I don't think I intentionally meant that, but I think subtly, like I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I felt it.
I know.
So have these conversations with your spouse. We've got to be on the same page as parents. It's super, super important. Take a look at that blog, Helicopter, because I'm the self-proclaimed helicopter parent. So I'm really working hard at not overpraising our kids.
Truly, I am too. Like my bent would be to helicopter.
You just go to
and protect him, but I feel like I have to balance, and so I play this other role.
Yeah.
And I think there's an insecurity in me because I know we both lean that way. That I feel like I have to go even more to the other extreme to make sure we're keeping order and rules and consequences and felt.
And I would say this too to dads, if you and to husbands, if you are truly, if your wife is the one who's spending most of the time with the kids throughout the day, and you're just, and she's just overwhelmed and exhausted, like, do your best to be emotionally safe in your marriage, to definitely give her that break.
Yes, Candy. Yes, the benefit of the doubt. So true.
Yeah, the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely. Yeah. And so, because we all have good intentions.
I was just going to say that. Because we judge one another by our behaviors, not our intentions. We judge ourselves based on our intentions.
Intentions, not our behaviors.
Exactly.
Great point.
Yeah.
Found it.
Thanks.
So, give your spouse the benefit of the doubt. Stay on the same page. This one is getting a weekend away this weekend. So, with one of her
my Mother's Day gift that I'm finally cashing
good friends,
in August.
And so, I got the kids this weekend alone to overlove them.
No, that is not the point.
We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, this is what I want you guys to do. Comment and tell us what are some ways that you and your spouse connect well as it relates to being on the same page parenting, whether it's conversations, whether it's through date nights, whatever it's through. How are you and your spouse unified together? What are some strategies that have worked for you? We would love to have that conversation here on the video on Facebook. So we'll see you guys next time.